point is, unless you're God conscious, then you have to change, because it's a waste of time. Everybody is so limited and so really useless when you think about the limitations on yourself. And the whole thing is to change, try and make everything better and better. And that's what the physical world is about, is change.
Sunrise doesn't matter. Hare Krishna. George Harrison ki. Hare Krishna. So you can see what is possible through the chanting of the holy name. I myself became a devotee. I mean, no devotee will say he is a devotee. I went on this path because I remember I had a little group. It was called The Strangers. They would call such names, groups at that time. And we would always sing Hare Krishna before we started, because Hare Krishna was Hare Krishna. You know, it was so popular, you can't believe. Because and I really think if we become serious about this point, the kirtan sambandha, I think great benefit will be there. I will request you now to find yourself a partner, not a life partner, a partner for discussion. I will ask you a question. You need to just find someone next to you. It doesn't need to be a friend. And I will ask you for 2 minutes to do something before we will invite 2 other famous kirtaniyas to come and speak. But they are with us in person. Okay, turn around. Please find someone. Okay, so who has not yet found a partner, please raise your hand, and then you can look around and then you will find one. Everyone. Really? It's very important that you participate. I know some of you are not participating in such things, but it's very important. Okay? Question. Discuss with your partner something about this point of chanting with connection. You could maybe share something which you have experienced in the 2 days kirtan, Radhadesh Mellows, kirtan mellows. You could also discuss something about the content of this presentation. You could discuss something which became clear to you. You could also discuss if it's difficult for you to make connection. Something on kirtan sambandha. It will help you to dwell a little bit on this point and go deeper. And more important, hear from your partner what are his inspirations. Please start now. We will only have 3 to 4 minutes for this, so you need to put on the speed in your mind a little. Start now. few more minutes, so if your partner B has not yet spoken, give him a chance. Krishna. You are very much sharing. This is very nice. I think we all feel like this when we do kirtan, and we like to talk about our experiences. I want to now invite Janavi to come. Maybe you can sit where the microphone is of Amala Harina and share with us about her experiences in kirtan. I personally think there is great value in hearing from devotees who do kirtan, who have dedicated their lives to kirtan, and see how they do it. What are their experiences? What maybe are their challenges, and how do they deal with them and overcome them? Last time at the Kirtan convention, last Radhadesh, we had also we had more devotees. Today we want to keep it concentrated because Mayapur TV has to catch a ferry at one stage. I hope we are still time. If you have to go, you are allowed to go. Yes. So, yes, Janavi, please tell us about your experience in Charity.
I feel quite embarrassed to speak in front of everybody. Bhadanandini asked me yesterday to share something, and I really feel that, I don't know, I wish I could hear from everybody because I don't feel any more qualified to talk about kirtan. But I'll share a little bit about my own experience. I was just talking with Nadia, and we were trying to remember the time when we had started really feeling something about kirtan, because we've grown up, we were born and raised in an environment with kirtan all around. But personally, as a child, I know that I always liked it and it was always there, but I don't remember feeling, I just want to be in kirtan, I just want to spend my time in this way. And we were saying that around the time of, somewhere around being a teenager, sometime it was almost like a switch, where something just clicks and you think, oh, actually, now I remember, I kind of forgot, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't understand that, but what I understand maybe from what Maharaj has been saying is that about this connection, we all are so fortunate. This weekend I but we have the luckiest place to sit here looking at everyone's faces, because I get to see everyone's expressions and, just so much love and joy. And I was just feeling so lucky to be with all of you. It's who knows how many lifetimes it's taken us to come to this point of being able to be in a sangha of devotees and chanting Krishna's names. And so we come to this point, and then we have a responsibility to move forward to the next step. And my own experience, I had this thought. This was sometime around the clicking point for me. I went to Mayapur. I went to India after a very long time. I went to Sri Vasangan, which is obviously the place where Lord Chaitanya and his associates would have kirtan. And we were doing kirtan there with my dad and some other devotees. And I just had this sudden thought of, it was a very strange moment. I don't remember having this feeling before, but I suddenly felt an understanding of, I'm a soul. I'm not Jahnavi, I'm a soul. And somehow I'm fortunate enough to be in this place, this holy place, chanting. And what does that mean? What is that responsibility? That now, what do I have to do with this? And then, of course, you feel something for a moment, and it's like this amazing realization, and then, half an hour later, you're thinking about what's for prasadam. I'm sure everybody knows that feeling. Over this weekend, I felt that many times. It's so hard to keep focused, but my experience from being able to, in more recent years, travel around the world and assist in some way in sharing kirtan with many people who are just hearing it for the first time, is that we're so fortunate. Lord Chaitanya has given us such a gift, and my experience in sharing it with people who have never heard it before has really transformed my understanding of what is kirtan and why do we do it. Here we're gathered together, so many devotees who, we are also practiced in doing kirtan, and it's so wonderful to be together and get that nourishment, as Man has been saying, that we recharge our batteries and we become charged up. But the experience of sharing it with somebody else, I think is the thing that most helps me to feel connected, because it's no longer, it becomes a responsibility. I must try and connect because I want to help somebody else connect also. And even together we can think this way, like, when you look around you, me and Nadia, we were just saying, when you look at everyone's faces and you see how everyone's so, absorbed in the kirtan, it helps you become more absorbed yourself. So, I'm sorry, I'm a bit scattered. I feel a bit overwhelmed from the whole weekend. Anyway, so much to say, but yeah, that's my experience.
Thank you very much. You spoke very, very deep, and you sing very deep. I remember when on Sunday, I believe, you had the slot from 10 to 11. I remember I came a little late, but I could see really you were there singing, and one could only see one big mouth of the so much singing, and the devotees were very absorbed and very, it was a wonderful atmosphere. Thank you very much, and we wish you all the best in your service to the holy name. Hare Krishna. I would also now like to ask Madhava Prabhu to explain something about the subject of connection. He told me he wants to speak about a certain subject. He will introduce his subject in a moment in connection to Kirtan Sambandha. But I would like to, before he speaks, say that I had heard about Madhava, and before meeting him, I've heard about, wow, you must hear this new Kirtan singer. He is a youth, and he is really fantastic. And I don't know. I'm from Germany. We are a little critical of this. Oh, another ISKCON fed. 1.5 years, and no one will talk about it any longer like that. I must admit, I thought, because I've heard whenever something is, sometimes we have straw fires, things which burn with a lot of light for a minute or so and then disappear. Then I met Madhava, and I thought, very, very good frisur. And I was still, at the moment we started to talk, I could see, haircut is I could see that he is very, very deep in his spiritual life, and really a servant of the holy name. And I was very much impressed when I sat in the kirtan, and where I could see there is a magic about Madhava Prabhu, which is not melodies or rhythms or skills in using the harmonium, but he comes from a much deeper place. And when you speak with Madhava, he will tell you his history, that he was, as a young man, going to Vrindavan, and there trained by Indra in the 24-hour kirtan, and he had very deep Krishna conscious, I think, blessings by doing this service for a long amount of years. I think 6 years. 6 years. It's a major part, and I don't want to make Madhava Prabhu feel uncomfortable, because when one is praised before others, one is misery, and so, but I really encourage you to hear what he will share about his subject matter, and because we all are kirtan. I like this very much in Manu's opening words. This is not really mainly about kirtan leaders, it's about the holy name. I think you said like that, and we are all singing kirtans. And we just have to learn from how can it work for us in the best way. So maybe request you to go where the microphone is. So let us hear very attentively. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Just like Janaviya said, I'm also very embarrassed to talk in front of everyone here, especially there's so many senior devotees. So please give me your blessings that I can say some wise words for Pamoya Peru. Well, I just got up this morning, and I noticed that my voice was pretty much gone. And when I came here, here, I saw the t-shirts there. And I thought, oh, well, a good idea for the t-shirt next year would be, I told that to Manu, I lost my voice in Radhadesh. I actually have these t-shirts. I lost my heart in Vrindavan, and I even saw one that says, I lost my shoes in Vrindavan. As Maharaj was talking about Sambandha, connection, I was just thinking while he was talking, well, that connection starts with hearing. Shravana, that's the first leg of devotional service. Shravana, then kirtana. And I just happened to have this letter from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, which was sent to me by Sri Rupa Mataji. And I wanted to share this with everyone. The name of the Lord and the Lord Himself are not two separate entities, but one. When the sound of the holy name passes over the lips, the conditioned sense of hearing and the conditioned consciousness initially process the sound as if it were material. And that is how it is perceived. As a result, only the external ear hears it. Since the other senses and the mind, which is the collective sensory experience, are envious of the ear, which they consider to be an equal partner, the result is that such chanting does not affect the cleansing of anarthas. We do not have the capacity even to know that the name and the Lord of the name are one. Yet, as the piercing of the ear is one of the Vedic rites for a young child, 5 earrings. When our spiritual ear has been pierced by the holy name, the other senses give up their envy of the auditory sense. They no longer quibble with the ear, which alone can perceive transcendental sound. Then the flood of prema pours forth from all spiritual senses and cleans away the contaminants of opposition and malice. Thereafter, the Lord's beautiful form, qualities, associates, and pastimes are revealed in the name Himself and experienced by the chanter as something quite distinct from his previous experiences in the mundane world. Then the kinds of worries and distractions of the mind that are typical of the conditioned living being cannot remain. This is a short but very deep explanation of the hearing process. The usual or the normal way to hear things is that we let it go from one ear and let it come back out through the other one. And most of the time we're hearing with the material ear. But we need, at least for myself, I need a different set of ears, which is, situated deeply in the heart to really, open these ears and listen with the heart. First the sound vibration goes in through the material ear and then goes to the other set of ears in the heart, which we have to be able to open it. So that's it can be done very easily, but it's also very difficult. And like they say, the word impossible is only in the Falls Dictionary, but it is very possible if we really put our mind and have the desire to do it. And when those set of ears are open in the heart, then the mantra can be perceived in a very unusual but deep and life-changing way. It's very hard to describe it in words. Maybe some of you have experiences in kirtans or